welcome back to my channel. It's a lovely day, it's lovely to see you. I can't really see you, but you know what I mean. But look guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys because today is gonna be a very special episode because we're gonna be making my favorite, possibly my favorite ever dish. Is that enough for you guys? My favorite ever dish? Well, here we go, because we're gonna be making mushroom tikka masala with a fresh homemade garlic naan. So before we hurry into the curry, I just wanna say a massive thank you to Seed for sponsoring this video. They are a daily symbiotic that was developed to improve our digestive health, which is so important. And also I love the fact that they're the first in the pipeline of clinically studied next generation products. I'll dive more into Seed a little bit later, but you can get 15% off your first month of Seed's daily symbiotics using my code BENJ15. Right, just to get things clear, this is Indian cuisine we're doing, but at the same time it's got like an English fusion because chicken tikka masala is England's most popular dish. It's now our national dish. We absolutely love it, but tikka comes from Indian culture and masala, that creamy red sauce, was actually an English fusion. I think back in the day, maybe we couldn't handle the spices of Indian food and wanted something tomato and creamy and a bit more mild. And that's what they came out with, and it was an immediate hit. It's so good, it's so creamy, it's so beautiful, but we're gonna kick things off with the naan bread because we gotta prove it for an hour. So let's crack on with the mix. Small bowl of warm water, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and half a tablespoon of yeast. Give that a little mix. Perfect, then we'll set that aside for about 10 minutes to prove slightly. Then we'll get another bowl. We'll add 2 cups of flour. Then I'm gonna add our proofed mix. Lovely. We've got our hands nice and dirty. And you want to gradually turn this into a nice dough. Right, and as it starts to form, let's get it on the table and start kneading. A little dusting of flour so it doesn't stick. We're going to add a touch of vegetable oil. You basically want to knead this for about 5 minutes. And naan means bread. So it's funny when we go to like an Indian restaurant and people ask for naan bread because they're essentially asking for bread. But it's fantastic, it's so good, and you can never get enough of it, you know? Right, this is looking lovely, it's nice and smooth, it's not sticky, it's not dry. So we need a greased bowl. Then we'll add our dough in. We'll give it a nice little roll around, get that grease on it. Perfect, and then we want to cover and prove for about an hour or until it's doubled in size. Right, now we are going to marinate the mushrooms, add our plain yogurt, our tikka spice mix, get some lemon in there, and a good amount of smoked salt if you got it. Just helps add to that smoky tandoor style. Give this a little mix. Then we're gonna add our freshly washed bellow mushrooms and just give it a good old-fashioned mix up. We wanna let these sit for about 30 minutes or so as we crack on with the sauce. Right, so for the masala sauce, we are going to need a dash of oil. We're gonna put in our cinnamon sticks and cloves. I just want to fry this for a few minutes just to get that fragrant spice coming through. You can already smell it, that spice smells nice. I would also usually put cardamom pods in right now, but I forgot to get them at the store, all right? I forgot, all right? Give us a break. There's loads of ingredients in this. Then we'll add our onions. Then we want to add our garlic, ginger, and green chilli. Lovely little fragrant mix. And it's pretty much a rule in England where you have to have a beer with your curry, which tastes great, but it doesn't make too much sense because curries can be really filling and they can often be very spicy. And then you've got your naan, which is that delicious greasy bread, and then you've got your poppadoms and you've got the sides, and then you've got the beer. So often you want to make no plans after a curry. It's like you have a curry and you lie down afterwards. We try to do it before playing shows sometimes. Never a good idea. Never a good idea. Right, now the onions are looking lovely and soft, we're gonna add our spices. We're gonna add cumin, turmeric, coriander, and paprika. Lovely jubbly. Give them a little mix up. Then we want to add a good dollop of tomato paste. Give that a good mix for a couple of minutes to fry the bitterness out. Then we're gonna add lovely cashew nuts. Next, we're gonna add our veggie stock. Then our roughly chopped tomatoes. Then we want to bring this to a lovely boil. Then we're going to simmer it for about 30 minutes, get those juices infused so we're not confused. And just to update you guys, little Lenny boy, he's doing fantastic. He's been such a good boy. He's getting so strong. Even yesterday we took him to the doctors to get his first vaccinations, and that was so heartbreaking to see your little son get needles prodded into him, but he was such a trooper. He's so strong. He's resting up today. And especially now that we have a son, it makes me care even more about health, about what goes into our body, about what goes into our mind, about what goes into the planet, because, you know, the aim is he's going to be here longer than us. So we want him to be in a world that's going to be in support of him. And it's crazy that it took me nearly 30 years to learn about law of attraction and how your thoughts become your reality, and how important and valuable deep breathing is for your body, for the oxygen, for your blood, for your life expectation, all these kind of things that I had no idea about when I was younger. So now, obviously having a little son, I can't wait to teach him meditation when he's 4 or 5 years old. I can't wait to teach him the value of what you put in your body really controls how you live and how you survive. And something I read the other day is that by the time we're 35 years old, we are living 95% of our life in an unconscious pattern. Only 5% of our life is conscious, right? Which means over the years, we do the same things, we repeat the same habits, we do the same thing, we go the same places, we eat the same food, we repeat this cycle, we stay in our comfort zone, we never jump out of our comfort zone. So then we're living most of our life in this unconscious pattern, which makes sense, right? The older you get, the more stuck in your ways you get, the less likely you are to change. So I think it's really important that we try and do things to try and step out of our comfort zone, get back with nature. That's why things like ice baths, like cold plunges are so good, because we live in this fragilistic society where if it's a bit cold, we put the heater up. You know, our bodies get stronger when we go in the ice, when we go into nature, when we do things that kind of take us out of that comfort zone, and our body heals and gets stronger through doing these things. And I think learning all that, and also learning the importance of what you put into your body, you know, your digestive health, for instance, that is something that we forget. We eat 3 times a day, and do we care about what goes in our stomach and how that's controlled? We need to. And this is why seeds are so good, because they're developed for systemic benefits beyond our digestive health. So I've been taking the Daily Symbiotic and I feel incredible. I feel so clean, I feel so fresh. And it also promotes gastrointestinal health, which basically helps to ease bloating. So say, for instance, you're having a big old curry, it promotes gut barrier integrity and also gut immune function, which is so, so important. The shipping box was constructed from ecological paper made from algae that would otherwise damage fragile marine ecosystems. And look how sleek the branding is. And I love that it comes with this reusable glass jar, and then for my refills, they come in a paper bag, which I love the fact that this refill system is gentler on our earth. So I've been taking these first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. It just sets you up ready for the day. If you guys are interested and you want 15% off your first month's supply of Seeds Daily Symbiotic, click my link below, head over there, and at checkout, use my code BENJ15. With that said, let's see how the curry's getting on. As you can see, it's slightly thickened up. It's looking delightful. We're gonna take out the cinnamon sticks. Then we'll get our food processor out. We'll add in the curry. Then we'll add some cilantro. Then we'll pop the lid on. We'll give it a little blend. Then we're just gonna add a dash of double cream. Looks absolutely delightful. We're just gonna set that aside. Then we want to fry our mushrooms. We want a nice hot pan, olive oil. Then we'll add our marinated mushrooms. The mushrooms are smelling lovely. You're really getting that char from the yogurt coming through. I'm also fully aware at how much my hands have a mind of their own. They just go. I don't even know what they're doing. So I know some people have said, I can't stop them. I've tried. Hey guys, how's it going? It doesn't really work. So sorry about that. You're getting 2 for the price of 1. I'm talking, and so are my hands. Right, so the mushrooms are looking good. I'm gonna set these aside. And now let's have a look at our dough, see how it's doing. That's exactly what you want. It looks about doubled, perfect. We're gonna get a little bit of flour on top. Then we wanna give it a good punch. And then we wanna get about a lemon size amount. Just rip it off, like that. And then we'll dust the flooring. Then we'll get a little bit of dough. What we wanna do, just roll it out. Garlic bread have that kind of slight oval shape. So I'm gonna try and replicate that. Right, now we have the shape, we wanna get our garlic and our cilantro mix and just give it a little spread across. And then with the roller, just wanna kind of roll it in so it goes in the bread slightly. Now we wanna turn it and just get a little bit of water on the back. Lovely, and then I'm gonna use a tower pan, and to use a tower pan, I need a flame. So I'm just gonna move this slightly, pat it down, want a nice high heat, and I'm just gonna put the bread just over the flame very gently. just to char the top, just like that. We'll set that one aside. We'll spread some butter on top, a little oil. Now our garlic naan is looking beautiful. It's ready. Now let's put everything together and eat a lovely curry. Oh dear Lord, look how much food there is. We went straight back to feast world. Obviously, you know, I made the mushroom tikka masala, I made the garlic bread, but the rest I didn't. I just got a couple of extra cheeky bits from my favorite Indian place called Clay Pit. They're fantastic. I've got a lovely poppadom which pair perfectly with the mango chutney sauce. Sweet, delicious, perfect balance. We got vegan vegetable samosas and an aloo gobi, which is like a spiced potato, cauliflower kind of vegetable side dish. My favorite combo. This is just, oh, it's fantastic. So all we need to do now, guys, is have a little dig in, don't we? Straight with the garlic bread. You got to dip it in the sauce. It's just the rules. That garlic naan is amazing. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I've never actually made a garlic naan before. I gave it all the big and pretending I knew what I was doing, but I didn't. That was my first go. Fantastic. It's so good. It's so fresh. It's fluffy. It's crispy. Oh, it's beautiful. And the masala. Oh, the masala. How are ya? Delicious. When you go to a restaurant, you get a bunch of poppadoms, you get your chutney, you dip it in. And sure, why not? Pop a poppadom in the masala. The problem is, I love Indian food so much that there is a chance I'll actually eat all of this food. Obviously, I gotta say something for Jem, but I could do it. You get to that level where you're full, but then greed kicks in, and that continues a little bit further. But luckily, because I've got my gut, my digestive health in order, I'll be all right. And I don't think people realize just how much most English people love Indian food. Oh, we love it. Especially every single time I go back to England, when I go visit my friends, my family, the first night, without a shadow of a doubt, we'll get Indian every single time. It just hits home. It just feels like home. It feels so nostalgic. Even for this, every bite kind of reminds me of England. It's a really kind of weird nostalgic thing, and it just tastes so good. So if you haven't tried an Indian, give it a go. Ah, all of it. Lovely. Right, guys, just because, I'm enjoying this so much, plus, that whole thing took me quite a few hours, so it's my turn to watch the baby. So I'm gonna pack up, I'm gonna leave. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Seed, for sponsoring this video. As always, I've been Ben, you guys have been even better, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.